Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Mania Live. Nice to have you with us on this Thursday, the final day of May, the year 2018. And of course, this is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry. Thank you, as always, coming to you live and at you from the busy streets of Brooklyn, New York. And today I am inside the campus of Long Island University, located in downtown Brooklyn, as I chat to you what is happening in the world of sports. Well, we have plenty to discuss, a lot to do. We have a lot to do today, as we preview Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors, and We'll recap the Stanley Cup Finals, game number 2, as the Washington Capitals needed a big win in a big way against the Vegas Golden Knights. But we'll start off with We'll begin with the baseball let's start off with the Yankees first. Then we'll start off with the Mets as the Yankees got a rubber match against the Houston Astros, and established this fighter meeting unless they meet in October again, which should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it will get to October, but nonetheless, and the thing I took out of it, how dominant Severino looked. When Severino have 11 strikeouts, and he could have a complete game. But you know what? You can't complain about the performance he had yesterday. And let me tell you something. These Houston Astros, they are a tough offensive team. They really are. They really, especially Jose Altuve, very difficult, and George Springer. They got some boys that can hit the long ball and could put the ball in play. Let's put it that way. But Severino just looked, and this is the same Severino when he command his pitches, when he have control. He is one of the most force to be reckoned with, the most dominant force in baseball, and he just looked sharp. This was his first dominant game since May 2nd against these same Astros, as they went through a complete game. But what can you say? This is his eighth win of the year. His last loss was back in April. After that, he haven't had a loss since. It's really hard to think about it. It really has. It really has. But the Yankees are 4-0 this month with an ERA of 2.03. Their pitching, even though it have not been consistent throughout the years, but they're doing a good job hiding it. Where the Mets wish they could have those type of numbers. But we'll get to the Mets in a second. But here's the about this. Here's who the Yankees hit off of. The Yankees hit off of Dallas Cooper, the Yankees nemesis of pitching for the last couple since 04-03, since the Red Sox and Yankees, when Kurt Schilling was on the team, and they just hit him over. And Dallas Keuchel is not having a good year. Really, he is 3 for 7. He's been looking awful. He looked awful this year. The record said it itself. In the words of Bill Parcells, you are what you say you are with the records. But Dallas Quaker don't look like himself. He doesn't look it. He really doesn't. And get the Yankees credit. And at one point, between the fifth or the sixth inning, it depended. The Astros had the lead 2-1, and boy, Gary Sanchez with a bases loaded, two single, and from that point on, the Yankees haven't looked back as they won this game 5-3, and today they travel to tonight they're going to travel to Baltimore with a 3-game series against Baltimore, and that game should have been a sweep. This game should be a sweep, even though they 2.5 back behind the Red Sox, as the Red Sox continue to be hot, and the Yankees going to be catching up. They're going to be on, as I said, I don't know if I said this before, but I'm going to say it now. The Yankees from here on out are going to be up and down as far as leading the American League East, because it's going to be the Yankees Red Sox. It's going to be Yankees Red Sox. We all know that. The Yankees Red Sox are going to be the clash of the AL East. No question about it. No question about it. The Yankees are going to be hot, and then they're going to get cold a little bit. Same thing with the Red Sox, but it's going to be back and forth. That's all it is to it. And that is it. That's about it. That is it. Unless they meet in October, that is it for the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. That the Yankees won this rubber match against the Houston Astros, and the Mets split. With the Mets split against the Atlanta Braves. Now, listen, the Mets needed this win in a worst possible way. Jason Vargas had one of the best pitching performance of the year. Remember, he started off the year with over a 20-point earned run average, and since then, it went down to 11. I think it went down to 5, I believe. At least 5. At least a 5-point ERA. But again, I don't know why Mickey. I don't understand why you took him out immediately, because you want to try out Tim Peterson. Tim Peterson, the one they brought, the relief pitcher they brought from Vegas yesterday. I don't understand that. It made no sense. You could have tried it tonight, as the Mets had of a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs, and but the Mets, you can't say so that about back and forth. The Mets have to have a lot of shortcomings lately, and they have to find a way. They have to make it up. They have to. Seth Lugo is Norris Syndergaard is going to be in the DL. Steven Matz is going to miss a couple of games, and the Mets have to deal with what they have, and they're going to have to pick up some wins. So, and a tremendous play. This is the type of defense from Oman Nazario that the Mets has been looking for since they called him up last year. And that play in the eighth inning is exactly what the Mets needed. Because if the Mets don't get that play, they probably lose this game, or worse, the Atlanta Braves take the lead. But that didn't happen, and in the result, the Mets escape hot Atlanta with a split. And are you impressed? Not really, but at least they didn't get swept. Like they got swept against the Cincinnati Reds. I know I sound like a broken record. Don't get me wrong, but the Mets are just. They're just in the low point. The Mets are no question in the low point of the series, low point of the season right now. They really are a low point, and they got to pick it up sooner or later. Otherwise, this series, the series for the Mets will be long gone. But still plenty of time. They could still catch up. The Phillies are not. The Phillies are not there, and the Atlanta Braves. Listen, the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, they might be in first place or second place, but I don't expect them to stay. I don't expect it to stay in that division that long. I really don't. Because the Nick Markakis is he is what he is. He's a good player, but he's not a superstar type. He's not your superstar type player. He's really not. And the Mets don't have a good. The Mets are pretty much 5-9, 5-9 if I'm not mistaken against these Atlanta Braves this year. And the Mets have the best run, are number 2 when it comes to runners and score. When it comes to runs scored, and the Mets whole offense is to hit home runs. And I think everybody, I know certain people that I know said that Adrian Gonzalez is a big waste of money waste. I don't think it's a big waste. I really don't. As a matter of fact, I think Adrian Gonzalez make this offense a lot better than you could imagine. Because if they didn't pick Adrian Gonzalez, if they didn't pick up Adrian Gonzalez, the Mets would be in worst position they're in. And you know what? The Mets should be thankful. You know one thing I could say about at least we're not 17-37. At least we could say we're not in a worse position. At least. At this point, I'd rather have this record than be 17 and have one of the worst records in baseball, because that you can't come back from. But as I was saying, the Mets have to really, and the Mets pitching really has to really get it together, really get it going. As far as I'm concerned, Now. The Capitol. Now that's the story with the baseball, as both the Yankees and Mets have a 3-game series. The Yankees on the road against Baltimore, and for the Baltimore Orioles, Andrew Casher is a starting pitcher for Baltimore, and Sonny Gray looked to have a second win. Looking to have a second better performance for the New York Yankees. And as for the Mets, Seth Lugo is going to go against Jose Correa from the Chicago Cubs as the Cubs come to Citi Field. Now that's a story with the baseball. Let's move on to hockey a little bit. And I got to be honest. This Stanley Cup Finals, and I didn't pick either Washington or the Golden Knights, and it's really hard to pick. It's really, really hard. And the Capitals needed this. Well, I don't know if I'll call it a must-win yesterday, but a much-needed win. I think it's more easier said. Is much proper than said. It's a bigger win because you don't want to. The momentum was the momentum for the Golden Knights is really high, really, really high, and. That arena, that crowd is really, really been electric. Really, really, and rightfully so. And it's really a feel-good story. It really has. For both teams. So either way,